Attention, passionate Dallas Cowboys fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East, and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Dallas Cowboys' path to another championship run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before we dive in, if you're a true Dallas Cowboys fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and fellow Dallas Cowboys fans. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, if you've been paying attention to the NFL landscape lately, you've probably noticed that the Dallas Cowboys are sitting in a bit of a tricky spot. After a promising start to the season, they've hit a rough patch with a record of 3-4-1 and facing some of the toughest opponents in the league. In the coming weeks, the Eagles, the Chiefs, and the Lions. That's a brutal stretch for any team, especially one with postseason aspirations. But what's really catching the attention of insiders and fans, like isn't just the upcoming schedule, it's the whispers, the rumors swirling around the team's roster moves, and especially about a player who has been quietly transforming the Cowboys' chances in close games. That player is none other than Brandon Aubrey, the kicker who has been making waves with his incredible long-range accuracy and clutch performances. Just think about it, Aubrey has already proved his worth several times this season. During that nail-biter against the Giants, he drilled 4 field goals, but what really stood out was how he made a last-second equalizer in regulation, and then sealed the deal with a walk-off in overtime. That double feat, almost unheard of for a kicker, really underscores just how valuable he has become for Dallas, especially in tight situations. And it's not just the clutch moments. It's the long-range tries that are turning into routine points. This guy is hitting from 60-plus yards with consistency, reshaping what the Cowboys can do offensively and changing the entire scoring landscape of their games. It's rare to find a kicker with that kind of range and reliability, and it's making Dallas coaching staff think differently about their offensive and special teams strategies. Now, here's where it gets interesting from a rumor perspective. ESPN, in one of their recent articles, floated a pretty provocative idea. They mentioned that, in the context of NFL trade chips, Aubrey's name came up along with some other notable players like Jonathan Mingo, Javonte Williams, Mazi Smith, Kenny Clark, Sam Williams, and James Houston. The point wasn't that the Cowboys are actively shopping Aubrey, but that in the NFL's ecosystem of rumors, sometimes a team in a rebuild or in a tough spot might consider trading an elite player if it means gaining draft capital or addressing other positional needs. The Cowboys, as we know, are currently in a tricky situation. They're 3-4-1 and facing a gauntlet of top-tier teams. The question is, could they be tempted to make a bold move? Most insiders believe that Dallas wouldn't actually trade Aubrey. He has been too good, too reliable, and he is only 30 years old. But the rumor sparks a bigger discussion about the math of roster building in the NFL. For a team that is trying to maximize its window, especially around their quarterback Dak Prescott and wide receiver CeeDee Lamb, flexibility in the cap and draft capital becomes crucial. Aubrey, despite being a specialist, could be considered a valuable asset because of his game-changing ability to influence win probability. Think about it, a kicker who can flip the field position or nail a 61-yard field goal like he did recently against Washington. That's not just a boost for the scoreboard. It's a strategic weapon that can sway the entire flow of a game. When you have a specialist who can turn fourth-and-long situations into points, it alters how defenses play and how coaches call plays. It shrinks the margin for error, especially in the postseason when every point and every possession count. That's why the question about trading Aubrey isn't just idle chatter. It's rooted in the reality that his skill set is rare and highly valuable, particularly in January football. Let us dig a little deeper into why this rumor has gained so much traction. For starters, age and contract considerations play a significant role. Kickers, as we all know, can often play well into their 30s, but extension timing and cap implications matter. Aubrey is extension eligible next year, and the Cowboys are known to be cautious about cap space, especially with Prescott and Lamb's contracts looming. If they could somehow acquire draft capital now, it might give them more flexibility to address other needs or to plan for the future. On the flip side, most teams aren't willing to pay a premium for a kicker. It's generally considered a luxury piece, not a core asset. But Aubrey's case might be different because of his impact. Most NFL teams wouldn't give a second-round pick for a kicker, even one with Aubrey's range and accuracy. But if a team is all in, desperate for that extra edge, maybe they consider it. It's a fascinating thought experiment. Would a contender actually trade a high draft pick for a kicker? The answer, probably, is no at least most of the time. But in a league where a single field goal can be the difference between a playoff run or an early exit, teams might reconsider. And as I mentioned earlier, Aubrey's recent performances reinforce his value. Just last week, he hammered a 61-yard field goal against Washington, tying him with the record for makes from that range. That kind of consistency from a specialist can flip the momentum of a game, especially in the playoffs where every point is precious. It's no wonder that phones are ringing and NFL executives are paying close attention. Because in the end, special teams can be the deciding factor in a close game, and having a reliable, long-range kicker can give a team a significant strategic advantage. Now, of course, the Cowboys front office isn't actively shopping Aubrey, at least not publicly. But in the unpredictable world of NFL roster moves, it's worth pondering whether a team like Dallas might consider a bold move if the right offer comes along. The team's current record and the tough schedule ahead make clear that they need every advantage they can get. And a kicker who can reliably turn long attempts into points, well, that's a weapon that could sway a playoff game in their favor. Looking ahead, the Cowboys are going to have to make some difficult decisions. Do they stick with what they have and hope for the best? Or do they consider shaking things up to maximize their chances? The truth is, the NFL is a league of small margins, and a player like Aubrey can be the difference maker. His value isn't just in the points he scores, but in how he changes the calculus for the entire team in clutch moments, in late-game situations, and in high-stakes playoff scenarios. So fans, this rumor about Aubrey might just be that, a rumor. But it's also a reflection of how valuable the game's specialists have become. It's a reminder that in football, sometimes the game is won or lost on a single kick, a single play, a single strategic decision. The Cowboys have a treasure in Aubrey, and whether they choose to hold onto him or part ways, it's clear that his impact is being recognized across the league. The question remains, how much are teams willing to pay for that kind of game-changing ability? And for Dallas, the future might depend on decisions made in the coming weeks. Now, folks, I want to hear from you. What do you think about this whole situation? Do you believe Dallas should consider trading Aubrey if the right offer comes along? Or should they hold on to him and build their future around a kicker who has proven he can be a difference maker? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion really matters to us and to the Dallas Cowboys community. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more insights, and the latest news from the world of the Cowboys. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and as always, let us keep supporting our team no matter what happens. Go Cowboys!